I show up early and ready for my yoga class, only to learn it was dropped from the schedule. Now, I've been coming to this place twice a week for 3 years for this one teacher. It's also a place where I de-stress, stay fit, and have some me time away from my kids. Now, what am I gonna do? Physical fitness has been a staple of my life practically since I could walk. As the last born of 4 kids and the smallest in stature, I did what I could to be seen, heard, and the best at anything and everything. My attraction to yoga began as a simple means to stay strong and flexible while pregnant. So the thought of losing it was rather overwhelming. So a few weeks go by and I'm feeling some kind of way because my body needs movement and I'm in need of a good caloric melting challenge. So to cheer me up, my best friend Angela gives me a Groupon for 30 days of unlimited yoga at a nearby studio. Now, I'm super appreciative of her generosity, but I'm a little reluctant. I mean, I've got skills and I don't know about trying a new place. So I wait until the very last week before the Groupon expires before I show up for my first class. When I arrive to this new studio, I'm warmly greeted and checked in. Welcome, Monique. My name is Debbie. I'm the studio owner. No towel, no water. I suggest you buy both. As you can see, we have an array to choose from. When you're done here, make your way to the practice room down on the right, and the locker room is on the left if you need that. Sweet. I complete my transaction, make my way to the locker room, place all of my things in a cubby, and I proceed to the practice room. I stop and I peer through the large doors window just to take in the sights and see what I'm up against. I take note of some dim string lights and some ceiling-to-floor mirrors and some scantily dressed bodies. I take in a deep cleansing breath. I affirm myself. And then I confidently open the door to this all-consuming wave of heat, scent of lemongrass mixed with a hint of musty body odor. It all just makes me take a step back just to catch my breath. As I fully enter the room, my feet make contact with this dense-like floor that looks like uncooked ramen noodles. I hurry up and make my way to a space in the back of the room and sit down on my mat. Wait a minute. I signed up for a hot yoga class. I've never even done or wanted to do hot yoga. In my regular non-heated wooden floor class, it's the place where I connect my mind and movement and breath without barely breaking a sweat. In here, this cold red zone, class hasn't even started and I'm pouring ounces and ounces of fluids from my sweat glands. I don't know if I want to cross this blistering desert or not. But then there's that competitive side of me and my best friend Angela, who spent her money on me to come here. So I'm like, oh, I got this internal debate going on because that childhood high achiever ego is like, girl, get yourself together. Show these people who you are. But then that baby of the bunch ego is like, not today, Satan. We will check the schedule and come back for a non-heated class because we have 6 more days left on this Groupon. Before the conversation could get really good, it's abruptly paused due to this auctioneer's voice belting from the other side of the room. Let's get started with pranayama, breathing, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Breathe in through your nose, out by the mouth, always through the throat. Nose and mouth are the only passageways. Breathing as deep as possible, as long as possible, and as slow as possible. It's Debbie, the studio owner, is also the teacher of this class. Leaving is so not an option. I don't need her to think I'm the little engine that could not. So I make my way to the middle of my mat, and I stand and I assume the breathing posture just like the other students. I've never done this type of breath work before. And the taller student standing in front of me, I can't see myself in the mirror. So I'm side-eye watching other people around me, trying to figure out what to do with my arms and my head when the inhale versus exhale. It all is uncomfortable and it looks weird. And the only thing I can think of right now is Google. I should have thoroughly Googled this place before showing up, because if I did, I probably wouldn't be getting punked by some standing breath work in the first 60 seconds of class. We get to the third posture, Garandasana ego pose. I know ego pose, but in here, I can't get this bird to soar. I can't get my arms and legs to stay crossed for the life of me. Sweat is dripping down my eyes, making me lose my balance. I'm a hot-ass mess. To add insult to injury, here comes Debbie my way. You know, Monique, there's a teacher here that says 90% right is truly 100% wrong. So may I help you out a little? Okay, bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left. Knees to the right, upper body to the left. Line up your foot, knee, elbow, and hands. Your foot is coming out, sit down more. You're losing your balance, bring your upper body back. Shoulders over hips, upper body back, change. What the fuck? Every fiber of my being wants to be like, well, this 99.5% has to do because right now I'm a fish gasping for air, drowning in my own sea of sweat. My 20 plus years of asana practice, nor a fitness resume could save me at this point. I'm secretly embarrassed, I'm slightly annoyed, and I'm substantially pissed that everybody in this room got the how to survive cheat code but me. I make it through the first 45 minutes of class, and I'm now lying on my back, looking up at the ceiling with my eyes open. And I happen to take note of these scattered LED light covers of bright fluffy clouds in a blue sky. And there's one directly over my body. And as I look at it, my mind quiets. My muscles relax, and I have an aha moment. I have been battling childhood judgment of myself all over a collection of sequence in a systematic order that I did not know. So, despite the heat and the sweat, the smells, and the self-doubt, I decide I have to stay and finish. Congratulations, Monique. You made it through your first 26-2 yoga class. At the end of Debbie's announcement, everyone erupts into this loud clap. For me, as I sit physically depleted and emotionally off balance, I hated how I felt during this class. Floundering through 26 postures and 2 breaths over the course of 90 minutes in 105 degrees, standing in the back of the room with taller people in front of you where you can't see yourself in the mirror, was humbling. I felt so insecure, so insignificant, and 100% unprepared for all of that. I eventually collect my fatigued body and spirit from the floor, and as I proceed to leave, I run back into Debbie. So Monique, what'd you think of class? OMG. Is this a trick question? Like she really wants to know what I thought of the class? Before I can even formulate a response, childhood high achiever ego starts rambling. Well, let's see. If we had known what we were getting ourselves into, we would have YouTube 26 in videos, pumped up a space heater in a closed door room, and been practicing this shit sequence before showing up. Yeah, I don't think she needs to hear all that. You know what, Debbie? Let's just say I'll see you in class tomorrow.